Hello and welcome to another Substance Designer tutorial. Today we are going to use Substance Designer like a software for making some piece of art, and it won't be a texture and it won't be the material, it will be the bitmap, the final result of our tutorial. I'm sorry for some mistakes and grammar issues that probably will appear because I'm not native speaker, and but this English lesson will be the experiment for me, so I want to see the result and the consequences. So I hope that you will appreciate it and inspire me for next tutorials. Thank you in advance. So today we are going to use Cinema 4D little bit and mostly Substance Designer. In Cinema 4D we will use this scene with a woman, and we will just need here the normals of render. So in subfolder multipass, choose material normal. These two guys we don't need for now, and click button render to picture viewer. So after the rendering we will receive the material normal, and let's start our node-based adventure in Substance Designer. In the end we will receive something like this. So let's start file, new substance. Okay. So normal path is the only path that we will use for this picture. So first of all, let's use normal to height and tweak this little bit. And then normal to height, not high quality. Combine these guys. Okay, I think we don't need my face anymore here. So let's add some curves. Oh, not curves, but curvature. Okay, so now let's add some stripes on the bottom, on the top of this model. For this, let's use vector warp. Reduce the intensity. And let's play with the width and the stripes. So I like this result. And let's combine it and make some mask for this picture. I'm using grayscale and levels to make mask. Here there are some artifacts, so let's try to delete them. And I'm plugging this mask into opacity and blending mode. I'm choosing linear. I think here we can add some more details using noise. So let's make our model a little bit more volumeable, adding some refractions inside of it. For this we will use Perlin noise, moisture noise, and Gaussian noise. So I'm taking vector warp, plugging our bitmap inside of vector map, and putting the Gaussian noise inside. So like this we are adding some reflections. And let's continue. I'm duplicating the vector warp and adding another noise. Let's duplicate this again and paste moisture noise. Let's increase intensity for achieving some extra details. Okay. So now let's add some tile sampler. Let's increase the X amount and Y amount. Here we can use mask map threshold. And let's tweak color. So now let's add some color for this result using gradient map. Let's get rid of this color. And we can make just simple black color here. We can add a little bit blur for this, but not simple, but slow blur to add some shyness and effect of motion. Increase number of samples and change mode for max. We can add a little bit more variety of this blur using Gaussian spots. And combining this result with our previous image. So let's return to our tile sampler and let's add slow blur to it as well. We will use the same gradient for this and the same mode. Let's duplicate it again to increase the result. And let's do it again. Let's tweak it with levels, and you see the really beautiful result. Let's add some warp, and we can use Berlin or Gaussian noise for this again. Nope. Let's warp it again. And let's combine this result with our result. Well, the result that we achieve without warping is more clear, so maybe I will use it. But here I think it would be nice to add some variety as well. By just subtracting and making maybe mask random. Okay, I like this result. Now we can make some kind of galaxy around the woman. And let's start with making stars. Let's add histogram scan and tweak the position. We should make this image to seem like it's surrounding our character. So let's use Cartesian to polar node. So you see this interesting effect. So as well, for background, we can make some galaxy with a nebula. So I'm making the duplicate of the dirt and adding the node named panorama shape. Here I should push this button. Oh yes, and before it, of course, I should add swirl grayscale node. so let's tweak it later. For the beginning we have to add some color here. And some color to these stars. Let's combine it together and put this instead of this node. So for now we have this result, and it would be nice to add some shining effect to stars. I think we can duplicate this. And add maybe a simple blur. Like this. So let's move this galaxy to the place that we need. This picture is too saturated, so I will reduce this effect. And in the end, let's add some glow effect. Unfortunately, the shape of the woman is not very readable, so let's improve it somehow. So I think this result is not so bad. Maybe a little bit to improve it still. And in the end, let's use the power of parametric abilities of Substance Designer, just adding transform node, and just for fun, let's move our figure. Okay. So we can improve this result, adding and tweaking some color correction, maybe adding some loot. So I think that this is the end of our tutorial. I can show the result that I achieved making this picture for the first time. So it was more complicated, and the result maybe is not so interesting. So in this tutorial I tried to show that it's possible to use Substance Designer in not so obvious purposes, and this software is much more deep and interesting than we used to use it. So feel free to use this technique and follow me on my YouTube channel and Instagram channel. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and feel free to share this tutorial, push thumbs up, and use it in your artworks. Bye.